welcome to my channel and welcome to SLT's Pilates Hamptons location, Obliques and Beach. We're here for the summer. If you don't know, my name is Melissa. I'm the founder of Wannabe, and as a side hustle, I teach SLT Pilates on this reformer right here. And in today's video, I'm gonna talk to you about hypertrophy training for visible abs, where you can actually see definition, maybe see an actual vein in your muscles. More importantly, I want to debunk some stuff for you while giving you what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, because honestly, you can watch videos all day, you can read articles all day, clickbaits, this, that, I've done it, been there. But listening and learning from people who have been there, done that, made the mistakes, and can tell you what worked for them, like as their own self-experiment, trial, etc., in my opinion, are the best people to learn from and listen to. Because like, why would you want to take advice on how to drive a car from someone who's never driven a car? Why are you gonna ask or listen to someone about how to get visible abs if they don't have visible abs? And context is always so important for these kinds of videos, conversations, because it's such, I can't emphasize this enough. Health is a lifestyle. It is not as simple as putting yourself through a torturous workout and stuffing your face and feeling miserable, this, that, couches. No. Ugh. Health is a lifestyle. It's waking up happy. It's moving your body in a way that feels good. Yes, it can burn and hurt, but like in a good way. Not burn and hurt in like you want to vomit way. That's not good. Always. Maybe one day you really need to push yourself in that sense. But ultimately, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, it's never gonna work for you because you will give it up and you'll be stuck in a cycle forever. We're going off on a slight tangent here, so let's get back to the whole visible abs thing and myths, and yeah, let's go. First things first is you must heavy train your abs if you really want definition. I'm just telling you what works for me. And I can tell you that I spent my entire childhood playing really competitive basketball. And you know, we run for 3 hours a day of practice, fast, sprints, we do push-ups, we do all these sorts of movements. I didn't have anything but skinny, fat, cortisol covering my body. Tip 2 is always prioritize strength training. And what I mean by that is depending on how often and how much you work out, ensure that your cardio, more weeks than not, more situations than not, because again, context, life, things happen, this and that. But ideally, over the course of like a week, a month, if you look back at your workouts, you should be doing more of your time strength training than you are spending on cardio. So let's say, you know, it depends. Like if you work out 2 days a week, you need to make sure that time is split, mostly prioritizing the weight training. Cardio is just like icing on the cake. If you work out every single day, which is a bit excessive, I don't know how many minutes that would add up to, but ultimately those minutes, you want to make sure quality strength training went into the majority of those minutes, and then cardio is just icing on the cake. You spend 6 or 7 days a week, all your workouts, all the time, doing all cardio, you could be very slim. You can look and be amazing and healthy. Like, I'm talking body composition, you won't have a solid 6-pack from simply doing 6, whatever, just burning yourself out on cardio. Unless, so this is where like nuances get into play. Because cardio is such a broad term, like semantics. Cardio can mean running and walking, or cardio can mean you're doing a HIIT class with circuits that involve weights and involve abdominal moves. But again, you gotta tie that back into this whole context situation of looking back at your week. Is your time in those classes spent prioritizing strength training on your abs? If it's not, maybe you shouldn't go to all these classes all the time. I mean, that's another thing. Sometimes we get stuck in these cycles of hating the idea of working out, so people sign up for classes that are like high intensity and you like do it as a way to force yourself to go work out, but ultimately is the workout really working for you? Or are you just there burning yourself to burn calories and be healthy and like have, you know, aerobic health and heart health? But it depends on your goals. If it's body composition and you really want visible abs, you might need to cancel those memberships and prioritize strength training. Be it at the gym, be it at a place like SLT. I do privates and teach group classes. So always prioritize strength training for abs. Always prioritize it over cardio. And hey, again, back to those context things. Say you're crunch on time, tight on time, but you want to do both, then you know, you could do abdominal strength training routine that is also intense on cardio. Like, I love to cycle places like Soul Cycle, and when I go there, I'm heavy breathing. But by adding resistance on the bike and stomping, you're getting your heart rate up and working your glutes. And then, you know, if you really squeeze your core while you do it, you're getting getting an ab workout. I tell people in this class all the time when I teach it that even if we're in a leg move, an arm move, you should be bracing your core. And essentially you're holding a plank for an hour by coming in here and giving it your best. And that goes to the next little tip about abs and nuances and context is that quality over quantity. Define the effort into your workouts. Are you just working out, wasting time, doing a lot of them? Or are you doing really quality work? Because I can tell you that if I go to a cycle class, a yoga class, an SLT class, my form, my effort, I am giving it my best. I make the most out of every minute I am in a workout that I am paid for, especially. You see a lot of people stopping halfway through moves. So you're not gonna get the same results as someone in the class that you're going to who's putting in insane effort and then going to the same class as someone who spent half the class taking breaks. You know what I mean? Nuances, context. So you'll never see real results if you're not giving real effort. Ultimately, you're in charge of how you look. You can sculpt your body, but you have to put intention behind it. Weaseling your way through the oblique series here isn't gonna get you solid obliques, but dedicating yourself to those minutes spent in the oblique moves to get the most burn out of that muscle. That'll do it. So you might need to reality check yourself. Are you holding yourself back from getting your dream body composition? Are you really giving it your all? Are you sculpting or just meh? Hey, you gotta sculpt, you gotta burn, you gotta find out how to do form the best so that you're getting the most out of every move, every minute. And this is something you can learn yourself through researching, through talking one-on-one with instructors like myself who understand how to engage muscles properly and how to get into form to get the most out of your moves. Usually it just involves going, deeper and slower and tighter and mind muscle. That's a big thing. And that goes into my next tip, mind muscle. People who have really defined visible muscles, be it their arms and their legs and their abs especially, I can assure you that they're very mind muscle smart, I guess you would say. They're very mind muscle connected. They're very mind muscle intuitive or something like that. Those people could probably look at how you're doing a workout, how you're holding a plank or whatever. I'm one of those people, and say, no. If you do it this way, it works better. So again, that goes back to kind of like doing things with intention. Sculpting. You don't just accidentally stumble upon, well, some people do because they're genetically blessed, but you don't just like accidentally stumble upon having insanely defined muscles. You usually learn how to get them through trial and error and feeling and tweaking. Mind muscle connection. So like if you want to be really great at something, you got to study it up. The same can apply to a workout. Like you study up and then also practice hands-on learning. That's a big part of it. You can't just read all day about how to get abs or listen to YouTube videos all day about how to get abs. Ultimately, you got to get out there and do it. Can't learn to drive a car by reading about how to drive a car. You have to try and probably fail or try and succeed. Or, it's like when you go out and drive a car, like at first it might be bumpy and weird. You might be terrible at it, but eventually you just smooth out those nice little turns and you can whip quick and you ease on the brakes. That's how training goes too. Might be weird and stumbly at first. It might not look good, but ultimately you'll find out how to like carve those muscles, how to like hold that plank and make it look better as you do it. Because ultimately a workout kind of looks easier in a way, the better you get at it, sort of like driving. And so for myself, I've just found that I got my dream body by prioritizing strength training over cardio because I really love to run. For a long time in my life, all I did was run and do yoga. And I looked amazing, felt great, was so healthy and happy. And then I stumbled upon this one day and felt muscles I never had in my life after doing this workout. And I was like, oh my gosh. And the next day I woke up with more ab visible definition than I ever had in my entire life just doing bodyweight yoga and running. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this magic? And here I am now teaching it because I believe in it so much. It's really amazing what it could do for sculpting, toning, if you give it your best. Again, people come in here, they can take 200 classes and never see results because what is the effort you're really putting into every move? Are you recovering properly outside of this room? Are you fueling yourself with nutritious, nutrient-dense things? Nice balance of carbs and proteins and healthy fats. Just enough, never too much. Are you going out here and just overdoing cardio and starving yourself and putting your body into some sort of like like, OMG, are we dying state? You don't want to do that. I mean, should you want to work out in a way that works for you, then live your happy, healthy life outside of the gym? It's not impossible. I don't have genetically gifted body composition to have abs by any means. I am naturally gifted to have lean limbs that store my fat in my love handles and my tummy. So the fact that I got to this just came from really training properly, changing how I was doing it, changing my approach, and then nutrition on top of that. I eat a really clean diet, whole foods, paleo, Whole30 kind of stuff. A lot of baked spread when I have cravings. No added sugar, nothing artificial or fake, just real food. Pretty basic. I don't overthink it. If it's a real food and I want to eat it, I eat it. Yeah. All right. I hope this video helped you. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to come take a private with me, you can book me too. I'm in the Hamptons for the summer, clearly. Otherwise, I'm in NYC at SLT. You could take classes there too. The Reform is really amazing. Highly recommend it to everyone. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Have an amazing life. You deserve to be happy, healthy, and especially happy and healthy in your body. We all really do. Whatever that means for you. Bye.